What is going on, everybody? We have Thursday Night Football tonight between the Rams and the Seahawks. Should be a really fun game. In this video, I'll be going through my top player picks tonight. Apologies for the later post. I try to get these out on Wednesday night for you guys. Little postponed till Thursday afternoon. Kind of had a busy day. But the VIPs, you guys got all these plays on yesterday already, earlier on yesterday. So if you want to become a VIP and you want to see all of the plays, before I post them on YouTube, or even like the NBA plays. I don't make an NBA video every single day, but I do post picks for the VIPs every single day. So if you want a 3-day free trial to become a VIP, there's a link located in the description below where you can do just that. If you don't want to become a VIP, totally fine. You can watch all the free content here on YouTube and also join the Discord server. The Discord is completely free to join. The link to join is in the pinned comment below. And then the app that I'm showing on my screen here, it is called Outlier.bet. It is the best research tool out there. It's the only thing that I use to find all of my bets. If you want a 7-day free trial to Outlier.bet, there is also a link in the description below. All right, so let's get into the plays for tonight. I have one straight bet and two parlay fillers that I'll be sharing with you guys. There is a weather concern in this game, and you're going to see a lot about it on social media. So basically, there might be some rain earlier on in the game. There is an expectation for high winds up to 40-mile-per-hour gusts. To be honest with you guys, I think weather is always blown out of proportion, pun not intended there, but it's a media thing. It's a hype thing. The books know what the weather is when they're making these lines. It's accounted for in the lines. So I really don't factor in the weather too much in my decisions because it's already part of the number that we're getting. And what you're going to see all over the social media is that there's high winds, there might be some rain, these teams are going to struggle in the passing game, no one's going to catch a deep ball, every field goal is going to be missed. That's just not going to be the case. So you have to take all that with a grain of thumb. Keep it in the back of your mind. There is a potential impact, but it's already built into the number too. So I ignore that when I'm going into these plays, and I do the same thing, for anything too. Like with a snow game, like people know when it's going to snow a week in advance. So it's always built into the number. So whenever you see all this stuff on social media, just try to ignore it. I know it's going to sound very convincing, like the world's going to end. No one's going to be able to pass the ball over 10 yards, but I've watched enough football in my life, and you've probably watched enough football in your life to realize that it really doesn't have as much of an impact at the end of the day, unless it's like the biggest blizzard or like a super torrential downpour or something, which is just not going to be the case tonight. So anyways, let's get into the plays here. The first one that I'm on is Jackson Smith-Njigba over 88.5 receiving yards. Line has moved. I got 88.5 over on Underdog Fantasy yesterday. That line is now at 89.5, so it's slightly moving up, which also leads to the fact that, wind doesn't matter. But anyways, JSN's gone over this number in 12 out of 14 games this year. He is on an absolute tear, averaging 110.1 receiving yards per game. In the last 4 weeks alone, the Rams have given up some really big games to wide receivers. They gave up 164 yards to St. Brown, 142 yards to Michael Wilson, 134 yards to Jameson Williams, and then 105 yards to JSN himself a few games back, which you can see here on the chart. The Rams are allowing the sixth most receiving yards per game to opposing wide receivers this season at 160.9 per game. JSN is the focal point of this offense. I do expect him to have a pretty big game tonight against the Rams because it is a big game for the Seahawks. They're at home. They really need to win this one, and JSN is their main focal point on offense. So over 88.5 is my number. 89.5 is fine. 90.5 is fine. I don't think I'd go over like 92 or 93. So no matter what book you're using, you're going to get a decent number, but always line shop for the best number you can get. Now over to the parlay fillers, sticking with the same player, Jackson Smith-Njigba, over 19.5 yards on the longest reception as a Green Goblin play over on PrizePicks. That's the only place you can make this bet, but it's a really good thing to combine with some NBA picks or maybe a Taco Tuesday or some sort of discount that you're getting over on PrizePicks just for some easy money. But basically, he's gone over this number in 13 out of 14 games this season, actually only going below 26 yards one time. His normal line is 26.5. I did consider that, but the Rams have actually given up a pass of 20 or more yards in 13 out of their 14 game play. 14? Yeah, I think it's 14 games. In all their games this year, except for one, basically, when I was going through the list. 13 out of 14, because we're in week 16. So they've given up a 20-yard reception in all those games. However, when I was looking at like the 27-yard reception, which would be JSN's normal line, the number went down to like a 50% win rate. So I'm pretty confident in taking this JSN 20-plus yard catch over on PrizePicks. Like I said, gone over every game but one. Rams have given it up every single game but one. Just kind of makes sense in that aspect. And the final play tonight, it's not really a matchup-based play. It's more just like a this happens every freaking game kind of play. It's Kyren Williams over 39.5 rushing yards. Tough matchup. The Seahawks give up the third least rushing yards in the NFL, only 72.7 yards per game. However, Kyren Williams has gone over this number in 30 straight games going back to last season. Now, I know his role is getting a little bit diminished, at least it might seem that way. His rushing share is still around 50% in most of the games. Blake Corum is taking a lot of the carries, and he is being very productive, but 30 straight games for Kyren Williams, even though it is a difficult matchup, and he had 91 yards against Seattle a few weeks back. We're not asking for much out of Kyren, and if the Rams do end up with the lead somehow, even though they're without Devontae Adams, tough matchup on a short week in a tough road environment, 40 yards isn't a lot. So Kyren over 39.5 rushing yards is my final play of the day for NFL. My next video will be posted tomorrow on Friday. It will be an NBA video. I will have an NFL video posted on Saturday for the 2 Saturday games. There'll be an NFL video on Sunday for the Sunday slate. And then there'll also be an NFL video on Monday for Monday Night Football next week. And then I'll fill in the rest of the days with the NBA. But like I said before, if you want to see all of my picks on the days I don't make a video, you got to become a VIP. You'll get a write-up of every play. You'll get screenshots of every slip that I make. And you can get this 3-day free trial by using the link in the description below. But that's going to wrap up the plays for today. Best of luck on your bets tonight, and thanks for watching, everybody.